Question number 9. This question is of differentiation. In this question, the concept of chain rule lies, or in this question, concept of rate of change is involved. Water is poured into a tank at a constant rate of 500 cm cube per second. The depth of the water in the tank t seconds after filling starts is 8 cm. Find the depth of water in the tank. When the depth of the water in the tank is 8 cm, the volume is V cm cube of the water in the tank is given by the formula V is equal to 4 over 3 25 plus H whole cube minus 62 500 over 3. This is a relation between volume and height. Water is poured into the tank at a constant rate of 500 cm cube per second. The depth of the water in the tank t second after filling starts is h cm. When the depth of the water in the tank is h cm, the volume of the water in the tank is given by the formula. This is the formula or the relation between volume and height. Find the rate at which h is increasing at the instant when h is equal to 100 cm. Actually, we have to find rate of increase of h. This means that we have to find dh over dt at h is equal to 10 cm. Now dv over dt is given. This is rate of change of volume, that is 500 cm cube per second. So we write dv over dt, that is given 500, and the relation between volume and height is v is equal to 4 over 3 25 plus h whole cube minus 62 500 divided by 3. We have to find rate of increase of age. This means that we have to find dh over dt. Now, because we have to use chain rule, there should be three differentials. One differential is dv over dt. This differential we have to find. Third differential we will find from this relation. This relation is between v and h, so we can find dv over dh. So by differentiating, we are differentiating volume with respect to h. So we get dv over dh 4 over 3. 3 will come down. 25 plus h, 3 minus 2, differentiation, power will 1 decreased. So we get here 2. No, the differentiation of 60 to 500 over 3 will be 0 because it is a constant. So cancellation, we get dv over dh 4 into 25 plus h square. Now the value of h is given h is equal to 10 cm. Putting the value of h, dv over dh will be 425 plus 10 whole square. This will be equal to 4900. dv over dh will become 4900 after calculating this. dv over dh is equal to 4900. Now we will use here chain rule. Chain rule. Chain rule is dv over dh is equal to dv over dt into dt over dh. Now putting the values of these differentials, dv over dh just we have found 4900, and dv over dv over dt is given, that is 500. dt over dh we have to find. Putting the values, 4900 is equal to 500 into dt over dh. But actually we have to find dh over dt. dh over dt we have to find. We will take its reciprocal, dt over dh, and dh over dt will be dh over dt will be first we write it in this form. dt over dh is equal to 4900 over 500, but actually we have to find dh over dt. So taking the reciprocal, we get dh over dt 500 over 4900, that is equal to 0.102 correct to 3 significant figures. This is the answer. Next part B of this question is part B. At an other instant, the rate at which h is increasing is 0.075 cm per second. Find the value of v at this instant. Now in this part, rate of increase of h is given, that is 0.075. We write here, we have to find volume at this instant. We have to find v at this instant. Now dh over dt is given, dh over dt is given, that is 0.075. Again we will use here chain rule, but the other differential will be, look at this statement of the question. Rate uh, rate of change of volume is given in the start of the question. dv over dt is given 500. So we write here dv over dt, that is given 500. Again we will use chain rule here. Chain rule is dv over dh is equal to dv over dt into dt over dh. Putting the values dv over dt is given, that is 500, and dv over dt is 500, dh over dt is 0.075. We have to find the volume. Now dv over dh is, we have found already, dv over dh we have found in part A, 4 into 25 plus h whole square. Putting here the value of this, we get 4 into 25 plus h whole square is equal to, next, uh, dv over dt, that is 500, dt over dh, next is dt over dh, that is dh over dt is given, but we need here dt over dh. We will take the reciprocal of dh over dt, so 1 over 0.075. Now we will calculate it. We get the value of h. So calculating, 25 plus h whole square is equal to 500 over 0.075 multiplied by this 4. This will 4 will come down in the denominator. After calculating, we get the right hand side will become 5000 over 3, right side becomes 5000 divided by 3. Now we will take square root each side. We get 25 plus h is equal to 50 under root 6 over 3. Now h will be 50 under root 6 over 3 minus 25. After calculating, we get the value of h in decimal places, that is 15.825. This is the value of h. But actually we have to find the volume at this instant. This means that at h is equal to 15.825, we have to find the volume. Now putting this value of h in the uh, given relation V, this is the relation between V and age. Putting here the value of age, we get the value of volume. Putting this value of age in the relation is V is equal to 4 over 3. Now just we will put the value of age in the given relation. 4 over 3, 25 plus 15.825, which is the value of age, whole cube minus 62 500 divided by 3. Now we will calculate it. First we calculate this first term. Calculation of this, we get V is equal to 90722.98, and writing this fraction in decimal places, we get 208 208 33.3, we get V is equal to 69889. This is the volume. What we have to give the answer in three significant figures. So three we will write this answer in three significant figures. So finally we get this answer is 69900 correct to three significant figure. This is the answer.